Can there's been such a fine line in every game you've played this year. Can you just talk about how that places an even greater premium on special teams and from that standpoint, was a little frustrating the touchdown that was called back yesterday, and then also the 12-man on the field. If you can tell us what happened on those two plays.
Yeah, I mean it has been a fine line. I think all 5 games we played this year, that's been last minute of the game. So, you know, every yard is crucial. Every penalty is crucial. The 12 men on the field was just a miscommunication, and you could put that on me. It's an easy fix, but it was a problem yesterday with some substitutions with a couple guys that were in injury-wise and were out, and I just got to do a better job handling that. So it's an easy fix. That was a frustrating part of, you know, a couple of those field goal blocks basically, but I'll fix that. And then on the touchdown pass, I guess they had an illegal shift because their left end and left wing weren't set, and we just got to recognize that.
How do you feel you are as recognizing some of these things in games? We talked again about not having the preseason where you work through these. Would you say you're still like earlier in the season than you would normally be in recognizing these, or is that not the case anymore?
I mean, yeah. I mean, there's situations that are coming up that you like to think that, you know, you can work through some kinks in the preseason, but you know, there's some things that would just be an excuse for. And so most of the things that happen, it would just be an excuse saying, oh, we didn't have preseason games for it. There's a few that maybe you like some end-to-half into-game situational stuff, and then there's some where we just, you know, would like to be more attentive to some of the things and not use no preseason as an excuse. And I would say that would be more the case than anything. That, you know, I got to do a better job on some of those substitutions, especially when, you know, a guy's in, a guy's out. Our trainers do a great job communicating that to me. But it is a hectic sideline, especially in some of these games we played in. And it's been a great experience for me to, you know, dive in some of these very unique things that have happened that are showing up. And like you said at the start, you know, that it's such a fine line between a couple points, a couple yards, a couple penalties, you know, so it's been stressful on the sideline for these 5 games, but all good.
On the fake field goal that they threw for a touchdown, I know they had the legal shift. Was that a recognition issue? Was that something they scouted and saw that you guys were susceptible to? Was it just a situation of the players being caught napping?
Yeah, I think when you do that you have it in, and you might probably carry it for as many games as you can until you hit that sweet spot of, you know, 4th and short, and you got to do it outside of the coach's box, so it has to be, you know, inside of that 30-yard line. I did it back in St. Louis in 2012 for a touchdown down inside the 5-yard line, and you really just try to sneak a body out there on the hideout and snap it and throw it as fast as you can. But I don't think that's a game plan thing. I think it's let's put it in and carry it until we find we're in the exact right situation to run it, and I'm sure that's what happened.
Thank you.
John, Dak Prescott, of course, didn't play special teams, but what was Mike McCarthy's message to the coaching staff today about everyone stepping up in light of Dak's injury?
Yeah, that's been his message, you know, from the start of the season with Lyle Collins and Tyron Smith and unfortunately Dak. And so that's just part of football where it's always the next man up. I think every team probably has that philosophy, but you know it was a win, but it felt like just, you know, damn, you know, we lost our leader, and Andy will be a great next man up. But when it's your quarterback, it's just tough. And I don't think I've been on a team where we've lost. I'm trying to think now where the quarterback has gone down. I guess Sam Bradford when I was in St. Louis in 2013 maybe was the last time you lose a starting quarterback, and it's a blow. You know, it's a big blow just morale-wise. And credit to coach and our guys for coming through and winning that game, because that's a tough one to be a part of, and then, you know, regroup and keep playing.
How would you, I mean, I think you started to do this, but how would you describe what Dak meant to the team, or what did you learn about his leadership? in your couple months here?
Gosh, I mean, without knowing anything about him except him, being a great quarterback, and then getting to know him since I've been here, he's everything and more than I would have even thought. Just a guy's guy, and he gets along with the D-line, the DBs, the kickers, the O-line. He's just one of those guys you love to have on a team because everybody respects him, and he knows everybody's name, which is awesome for a quarterback who, is a popular guy to know some of the low man on the totem pole guys. So just goes to show you his respect he has on the team and the team has for him, and it's too bad. I mean, just in my couple of months knowing him, he was one of the greatest dudes I've been a part of, especially at the quarterback position.
How does CeeDee look his first 5 weeks as a returner to you?
How does he look? You said?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's gaining a lot of confidence on just something as simple as decision making and ball catching. He had one return yesterday where the punter did a great job. He hit a really nice punt, and he caught it and got us a couple yards. And then we had a return call on the second one, and he wanted to return it. The ball hung up there. It was about a 5-second hang time, and he made a great decision to fair catch it. And I think ball skills and decision making is a huge part of returning, as well as the running part of it. But man, the decision making and ball catching is a huge part of it, and that's something we're still working on, with the kick returner and the punt returner. But I can see CeeDee gaining some confidence because I can't think of a more tough position in all of football than being the punt returner. I mean, you're back there and the ball's up in the air and there's 11 guys coming down at you. That takes a lot of what's the word I'm looking for? Courage.
Thank you.
There were a couple kickoffs in the second half to your return unit where they were positioned, I think, at the 4 and the 8 yard line, and both of the returns wound up shy of your own 25 yard line. Do you feel that's the opponent challenging your kickoff return unit? And given that both of those returns were shy of the 25 yard line, shy of where a touchback would be, that is something that you'll continue to see more of?
Yeah, I mean, for sure. A lot of teams do that. They'll really, it's like a bloop kick where they try to just pin you right in that corner and then send a whole bunch of bodies hot to that kick direction side where you got to really work to dig it out. It was 2 great kicks by Graham Gano. And I got to have, after we got those 2, we kind of drew up something different on the sideline. Then we didn't get another kick again. But good for me to be prepared for all types of different kicks, left kick, right, short kick, medium squibs. I mean, there's a lot of possibilities to prepare for. And as I continue to evolve here with the guys and get to know them, we could continue to schematically grow. So that's part of just 5 games into it, working on some of those very unique situations, kicks that we all got to have answers for, and I'll continue to provide them for the team. It's taken a little while. It seems like we've been hit with a lot of different stuff early, and hopefully it'll pay dividends in the next couple months, getting a lot of different stuff that's happened to us.
I don't want to belabor this point. I know you talked about it a little bit earlier, but there was the too many men on the field in the one, which cost the team points, and then I counted 2 field goal blocks where you guys had 10 on the field. Is that correct? Yeah,
the one right after the 12, we had 10. It was some injury substitutions that, it's you sub in, you're not in just a normal defense, you're into a different personnel group because they could have punted it, they could have kicked the field goal, and that's kind of where we got caught. And that's correct. And like I said, I mean, it's just simple as me doing a better job with handling the personnel changes on the sideline. When guys are up, they're down, they're back in, and they're back out. And we kind of got hit at that moment with some of that stuff. So I just got to be on it better. There's just no other excuse.
Is it on you to count to 11 there, or whose job is? I'm not asking you to have anyone specifically, so maybe don't answer specifically.
No, that's fair. That's my job. That's a very fair question. It's my job, and I'm usually pretty good at math. 3 go in, 3 got to come out. 4 come out, 4 got to go in. The tough part sometimes is when the defense, you celebrate some good plays, and then the bodies are kind of sprayed everywhere, and I'm trying to hurt everybody in peripheral count. And I haven't really had any problems with that, but it hit me yesterday, and there's nobody else, honestly, to point the finger at except me on the count.
Is it one thing where it's like, like you said, the vantage point from the sideline, everything's going on. I know you take it on yourself, but just might there be an advantage to being like, hey, let's have a second pair of eyes on the booth. Someone up there who can kind of just help me just so we get this right, make sure we're lined up. Is that something that you might consider doing just at backup?
Yeah, we have that already done. That's part of the communication. That we do have somebody in the booth, we have somebody else on the sideline, but ultimately it's my job to make sure we're right. And it'll be an easy fix, and if it ever happened again, then I don't know what. it would be a problem, but it's not going to happen again.